Play of the game.
Hello everyone, this is ShadowMario41 and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem. In the last chapter, we had to battle through an absolutely absurd number of morphs on the Dread Isle in order to reach the Dragon's Gate, all of which were armed with deadly tools of destruction. From silver and killer weapons, to long-range magic, to killer ballistas, the map was trying to throw everything at us at once. Plus, there was a turn timer for me to recruit an almost useless unit in Renault, and invisible barriers that triggered reinforcements once they were crossed. But despite all of that, Eliwood and his forces were able to break through and take down the perfect morph herself, Limstella, in just one blow to seize the Dragon's Gate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the final chapter of Fire Emblem. You've been seeing it teased from the beginning in the first file there. This is Light. Now, before joining you for this video, I was actually thinking back as to how much we've been through in Fire Emblem, and we've been through a lot. From fighting bandits in Lynn's story, to Lord Darren betraying Lycia, to finding Eliwood's father, to stopping Prince Zephiel's assassination, to retrieving the sacred sword, to finally now putting an end to Nergal's plans. It has been a roller coaster in Fire Emblem, and it is time to end it all right here. It's all built up to this. Let's do it. Should we wait for Lord Athos? Ah, convenient! He's here. If you're looking for me, I'm right here. I was watching you the whole time. This was yet another test. It was like, stop doing that! You're late, Greybeard. That's my reaction too. I'm like, why are we waiting around for this guy who can instantly teleport everywhere? Were you successful? I was. Use this magic tome. What is it? Good question. A legendary item. Aureola. The strongest light magic wielded by Saint Elimine herself. With this, we should be able to rend Nergal's dark cloak and do him much harm. That sounds great! Thank you for showing up with some legendary items. It would have been great, though, if you could have showed up a chapter earlier. Would have really helped out a lot. And these two have been infused with magic. That makes them more effective against Nergal. Durandal for Eliwood, and for Hector Armads. I can feel it already. Its power. It's beyond words. And its weight. It's so heavy. And with this, I know I cannot fail. And Lindis, this is for you. What blade is this? A spirit-inhabited sword, the partner of the Manikadi. This is the Soul Kadi. It's not a legendary item, but its blade contains much power and much weight and will essentially be useless. But thank you! I'm still irrelevant too! Nils, is Nergal back there? I sense tremendous power. What could it be? I feel something really odd. Could it be Nergal? Probably, because he's there. Should have lost more henchmen in that last battle, but I read energy too, if only a little. Nils is right. The sense of it is different than before. Brace yourselves. He is formidable, in case you didn't know that already, that he's like the final boss. Spoilers! By the way, he's gonna be tough. I think it goes without saying. Actually, he's really not gonna be that hard, but we understand. Let's go, everyone! Eric, this is it. The last battle. I know, I'm still here, the tactician that's been with the party since the beginning. This is it. Lord Athos spoke the truth about Nergal. Average men cannot hope to stand against him. Well, guess what? Our party is not comprised of average men any longer. This is now a rolling death squad, as you saw in the last chapter, and we are going to go right in there and take down Nergal once and for all. Those who go with us must be chosen carefully. Indeed they must. So, I have to prepare for the final chapter of Fire Emblem. I will see you once my preparations are complete. We are now ready to start the final chapter of Fire Emblem, but before we do, take a look at the units I'm going to be bringing along. You can bring 12 units into this chapter, 5 of which are required. You have to bring your 3 main lords, as well as Athos and Nils. And although Nils might seem like a waste of a roster spot at first, his buffs and the fact that he gets to make units move again is incredibly useful, even if he's under level. We also took Florina, Raph, Lucius, Canis, Oswin, Guy, and Dart. Unfortunately, Lowen didn't quite make the cut. And that's not to say I'm not appreciative for what he's done, and he hasn't been a great unit, but like I said in the last video, he's just been the jack of all trades, master of none, and for this chapter, I need specialists. I really need units that can specialize in accomplishing very specific tasks very well. And Lowen can do a lot of things good, but nothing great. So, unfortunately, sidelined for this last chapter. But take a look at the units I'll be bringing in. Now, I could have used, and still have available to me, stat-increasing items like the Talisman, like the Speed Wing, like the Secret Book. I didn't use any of them because I kind of want this to purely be just how my units have grown and improved. But normally, I would use my stat-increasing items right here to, you know, further bolster my units that are heading into the last chapter. But just for the record, I collected 2 angelic robes, 2 energy rings, 4 secret books, 2 speed wings, 3 goddess icons, 3 dragon shields, 2 talisman, and 3 body rings that I didn't use, but could have. So just want that to go out there. So unmodified, here's everyone's final stats. Eliwood, a level 10 Night Lord, looking great, getting an extra +5 strength from his sacred sword that he can finally use, the Durandal, which is great. We have Nils the Bard, actually looking pretty good, pretty close to a level up, 1 song away. I like the look of that. Hector, the skillful Great Lord, getting +5 defense from our mods, his lightning axe, which is awesome, and he's just an absolute tank. Even the speed, even 19 speed is just great. Lynn kind of fell short a little bit, but still can fill a big role in this chapter, especially since she has the Soul Kadi, a legendary weapon just for her. Athos is your endgame gift. He has his own class, the Archsage, and he is just an absolute boss. He has an S rank in every type of magic and stave, so he can use literally anything magical. But I'm probably not going to try to use him too much, only because I want to use the units that have deserved it, you know? Athos is like, well, just in case you need a handicap, here you go. Otherwise, the game would be unbeatable, I guess. Florina the Falco Knight, 23 strength is fantastic. She's probably been one of my best units the whole game. Wrath is going to be so helpful with that 25 strength and high mobility and bow usage. We're going to take down a lot with Wrath. I also gave him the Iron Rune for a reason I'll explain in just a little bit. Lucius, the magic tank, 26 res and 25 magic, can just destroy any magical threat. Unfortunately, can't survive a hit to save his life, but that's okay. Canis the Druid's going to fill much of the same role. He's super valuable, if for nothing else, for Luna, because it's just so good. If you notice, I actually gave Athos Luna as well, as you can see here, because it's just such a good magic tone. It's like absurdly good. In fact, it got nerfed incredibly in Sacred Stones because it was just so overpowered. Although this is the worst level 11, Oswin, that I've ever seen, his 26 defense is really why we need them. And 23 strength is not bad either. But really his other stats should be a lot higher. It's okay. As long as he is able to tank hits for me, that's all I need him to do, which is fine. And lastly, Guy, actually no, 2 more. Guy is my swift, skillful swordsman, should be able to dodge out of the way and get rid of axe users just fine. And Dark, the force to be reckoned with, 20 speed and 30 strength. He is an offensive juggernaut with a lot of health too. Unfortunately, Lowen didn't make the cut. And notice that I gave each of my units only 4 items instead of 5. We will, except Nils. We will not be able to take Merlinus in this chapter, and there are going to be a lot of items that I want to get that drop from enemies. So we have to make sure we have room for them in our inventory. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the final chapter of Fire Emblem, but first we must get something from Merlinus, Lord Eliwood, Lord Hector. Merlinus, thank you for everything. You're made of sterner stuff than I'd imagined. I thought you'd fled by now. It's like, how is this relevant right now? I mean, it stinks that we can't take Merlinus in the last chapter. He's crying, he's sobbing. I thought as much. You're not taking me with you. Oh, woe is me. I've met with such a terrible fate. That's disgusting. Cry if you must, but do something about that runny nose. What are we supposed to do? You can't fight, so we can't afford to take you with us. In fact, I wish I could afford to take him with us. Why not? He can probably dodge everything out of the way. Take this and return to Fargus' ship. What is this, may I ask? A letter of introduction. Take this to Ocean, you'll be able to do good business there. So I like that. Hector and Eliwood. It's like, I'll write you, it's like a letter of recommendation, essentially. It's like, here you go. You've done well. Good job holding all of our stuff. If you fail in our mission, it's just a worthless slip of paper. But I must protest. For the rest of my days, I vowed in my heart to continue serving you both. Please, oh me, oh my, oh woe is me. Oh, fee fi fo fum, oh do re mi fa sol la ti do. That's what I think he sounds like, actually. It's like citing lines from Shakespearean plays constantly. Have a safe return. Please, have faith in us. Wait for us. Sniff, sniff. I understand. Until the end of time, my lord, I will wait to you. Until the end of time, please come back safely. Please, Eliwood. Oh, Eliwood, wherefore art thou, Eliwood? Yeah, okay, we're going by. Oh, Eliwood. Oh, my. All right, well, at least we get to deal with that. That's out of the way. Tying up all the loose ends, I guess. But first, we have our encounter with Nergal. Nergal. Ha, you're here. Of course we're here. You didn't expect that we'd make it here? Come on, man. Why wouldn't we be? But you're too late. Aw, man. The gate is already open. Well, I guess we should just leave then. Turn around. Game over. That would be hysterical. I would claim the mighty quintessence of dragons. I will become stronger and move ever closer to perfection. How many lives must you steal before you're satisfied? It's not only those who die. What about the ones left behind in pain and sorrow? What about them? I am who I am. The pain. Have we not been over this already? I feel like we've already had this conversation of, Nergal, why are you so evil? I'm evil because I'm evil. But why? You don't have to be, but I am. That's like how it goes, back and forth. Death feeds me. Death pleases me. I'm the essence I consume. You fools will become corpses here because I wish it to be. Rise and come forth, my servants. Oh! Whoa! Familiar faces! Oh my gosh, like we've seen a ghost! Look at all these characters! And yes, this confirms the first part of the endgame is in fact a boss rush, which is just great. It's awesome. Now, these aren't the actual bosses, of course. These are zombie reincarnations that Nergal has created. In fact, there are even stronger variations. That's what I said. I saw a familiar face. There are even stronger versions of them. That's Marcus Laus and the Black Fang members. What have you done, Nergal? The morphs you see before you, I've given them abilities and appearances of the people whose essences I've used to craft them. Well, that's not entirely true. I've made them far more powerful than evil! Ha 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 ha! This is the ideal plan for hypocrites like you, especially. Eliwood, you continue to regret causing harm to anyone, even enemies. However, no matter the reason, once the deed is done, it's done. Whether you enjoy it or not is irrelevant. The result is the same. I give him some kind of credit because this is always a good point. I think that gets brought up, and I'm glad they bring it up here too, is that, yes, Nergal's killing a lot of people in order to achieve his goals, but aren't we doing the same thing? We're also killing a lot of people in order to stop Nergal. We killed a lot of people. But essentially the idea is that our cause is noble, and Nergal just wants to destroy everything. That's what makes it all worth it. Your weakness runs deep in you. You can never understand. The concepts of good and evil are devoid of any meaning, any value. These ideas prevent humans from liberating their own strengths. Such foolishness. The ultimate foolishness of the human race. And Athos, we're going to retread more of the same ground. After all these years, I thought we were best friends, but apparently we're not. And now we must stand on opposite sides of the battlefield. And are you sure you don't want to become good all of a sudden? No, of course not. The knowledge of Arcadia has shown us the road to the ultimate transformation, and yet you will not take that road. Why do you reject the obvious? I am not opposed to the quest for power, for greater knowledge. However, that quest must be driven from within, to fuel your quest with the stolen lives of others. This brings not wisdom, but abomination. He's like, yeah, it's fine, but don't kill everybody in your way in order to, achieve that goal. I still remember those words were unchanged when you said them ages back. That doesn't surprise me, because Athos really in this game it just sounded like a ridiculously broken record, like shattered into a million pieces. That's how broken. Oh, whoa, that's why he's been hiding his eye the whole time. I can't really blame him. Look at this wound. The wound I took from your magic all those years ago. Ugh, that's creepy. That's creepy. I prefer him with a turban. It was a mistake. The only person who understood. The man I thought my truest friend. It was a mistake to try and destroy me. It confirms some things for me, however, that trust brings betrayal, that friends bring weakness, and Eliwood is like, oh no! I represent the power of friendship, and I will not let you diss friendship, because friendship is what's going to drive us for success. When Athos struck down his dearest friend, do you think he felt nothing? His heart was torn in two, and yet you refused to understand that. He's like, Eliwood, Nergal, I will defeat you. Here, today. But even now, there is no hatred in my heart. You were born human, yet you lost the heart that defines your humanity. For you, I have nothing but pity. And Nergal's like, pity? Well, let's see what my dragons have to say about that. A weak fool like you has pity for me? Interesting. Now, if you hope to defeat me, you may have your chance. Of course, you'll have to best my morphs first. So yes, here we go. Going for a boss rush against all of those guys that we fought before, except stronger versions. Listen to me. This is my fight now. Mine alone, he says. Everyone, stay back. What kind of attitude is that? I thought we were just preaching friendship. Hector's like, what the heck, man? What about us? We've come this far together, haven't we? Lynn says, that's right. I've said it before. We all feel the same way. We need to help out the cause. Don't forget me, Lord Eliwood. And Ninian, I'm sure she's here as well. Nils, I guess I have friends after all. Ah, yes, of course I'm going to join in the fray. Why would I leave now? I've been here since the very beginning. Florina says, I'll do my best. Raph chimes in, for those whose reasoning is bent, I will straighten it with my bow. Lucius says, please grant us a miracle. He's like, everyone's like, I will lend you my sword. I will strike down those that are evil. And Lucius is like, let's please not die. Let this battle be forgotten by history. That's all I ask. For the honor of the Knights of Ostia, let me show you how much my blade has matured. And finally, I'm Dart, brave crewman of Vargas' pirates, and I fear nothing. Same with me. I am ready to charge into the final chapter. Let's go. We have to stop Nergal. Let's do it. All right, so like I said, the first part of this chapter is a boss rush, the first of which is probably one of the hardest bosses of the whole thing. It's Uhai or Ohai Mark, however you pronounce his name. He has the Rhine Fletch, which I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it is the S-ranked bow. In fact, all the bosses are going to be wielding S-ranked weapons, and that is probably one of the best S-ranked weapons that is in the game, honestly. But for right now, I want to just bait him out. I don't really want him to attack anyone. Because going in there, yes, there are a lot of, you can create this choke point over here, but he's super powerful with that bow. I don't think it would be wise to try and fight against that, so I'm just gonna bait it out like such. I just want him, oh, that wasn't moving far enough. Let's make sure we move far enough. Let's not do anything stupid like that. You can take that. Yeah. Let's make sure we are not in range. The idea is to not be in range of Uhai so we can lure him out at the very start. So let's just move all my units back. What I'm going to do with Florina and Wrath is I'm going to move way up to the north here. And that may not make sense for now, but you'll see in just a little bit we're going to be introduced to more threatening obstacles and enemies. So I want to make sure they are there ready and to take on what comes from the north. Now I have to say, in this chapter in general, I think the general sort of the trend is that this chapter really isn't that hard, but the problem comes from the fact that if you don't know what's going to happen, you can be severely caught off guard. And let's just play. This should be our first level up, actually, and really unprepared for certain surprises that come, steamrolling your way, and everything can if you don't take care of these threats one at a time when they emerge, they can actually overwhelm you pretty quickly. Because if you notice, these doors are unlocking one at a time. If you go too long without taking care of one of the doors, well then, all of a sudden, you're in way over your head, everything's coming at you at once, and it can be really, really problematic. So we want to make sure Uhai moves out there. We can have this guy just take a shot at Hector, not that it matters at all. Although I do like how, even against the generic enemies, we do get the boss theme that plays, which is really, really cool. Okay, so this is why I have Florina and Wrath up here for these guys. We have up here Kenneth, the bishop, wielding the S-ranked tome Luce. And this is also why I gave Wrath the Iron Rune, because I want him to take this out. Luce has a naturally 25 critical percentage. That is crazy. And to risk you're not getting game over immediately, Wrath is highly recommended to take that guy out. So let's go ahead and first fire javelins at this bishop, or this sage, to take him out with Fimbulburner. No, dodging the ice storm. Good job, Florina, and put an end to that very quickly. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And Wrath should be able to swoop in and then take out the druid wielding an S-ranked dark tome, by the way, with his silver bow. He'll probably might get hit in the face, but that's okay. All right, and here comes the S-ranked dark. All these animations are so cool, and I think it's kind of it's kind of a pro and a con in this game that it waits so long for the S-ranked stuff to show up, because yes, it is cool that you get to see all the high-end weaponry, all the best the game has to offer right at the end, but at the same time, you almost don't get much of an opportunity to use it yourself, because, you see all these enemies using it right at the end. Unfortunately, this is it. This is the last chapter. It's not like we take them into further battle. That's just all there is. So, yeah, it works both for and against the game in that regard. Anyway, we got to take down these archers. We should be able to do that just fine with Dart and the Killer Axe. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just slam him on the head. Easy done. Easy for Dart. No, really no worries at all in any sort of situation like that. Even if he didn't crit the first one, he had 2 attacks. He's going to gain another speed point, so now he's even faster and deadlier than before. Let's make use also of the Tomahawk that we picked up from the boss of chapter 28 to take this guy out as well. And And even score a critical hit on that attack. Probably could have done it with just the hand axe, but getting that tomahawk it's such a good weapon. You really want to make sure you grab that. And look at that level up. Considering skill is capped, that is a nearly perfect level up for Hector. Unbelievable. Okay, so now that being said, we have this guy here by himself who is very potent, but luckily only has a ranged weapon. He does not have a direct attacking weapon, so as long as we surround him and fight him on our turf, we should be A-okay. And yeah, listen to that boss music, so good. Oh, and a critical hit! Oswald's not even gonna let anybody else get a taste! He is not even gonna let anybody else step in. He's like, I got this one. Get the one behind me. That's what he said. It's just an absolute monster. Critical hit with the Brave Lance. Wow, well that saves me a little bit of trouble. And we get the S-ranked bow that I want to make sure Wrath will get his hands on. So for now, let's give that to Lynn, so she can work her way up to give it to Wrath. Because I want to, that is really one of the best weapons in the game, because it has the properties, if you notice, of a Brave Bow. It can actually strike consecutively, just like the Brave Bow does. Other legendary weapons don't have that same boon, so it's really, really useful, that item is. So I want to make sure I get it up to Wrath. All of the other legendary weapons, I have to say, are good, but the problem is that they're super heavy. Like, take a look at Lynn's Soul Kadi. Very powerful, no doubt, and it has a good crit percentage, but a weight of 14 means that her con of 6, she's going to be slowed down by 8 speed, and making her speed just average, and really Lynn's speed is what makes her stand out from everybody, so it just weighs them down so much. Take a look at the Dark Tome we just picked up here. I don't know how to pronounce that, Gespenst? But regardless, Might of 23 is crazy powerful, but a weight of 20 means that good luck wielding it without letting yourself get double attacked, because it's so heavy. All the legendary weapons seem to have that same problem, but the one that doesn't is the bow, which only has a weight of 7, and I think Wrath has a con of 7, or maybe even higher than 7, so he can wield it with literally no problem, making it just the best. Nice heal up with the physics staff right there. And actually, we can finish the job of Athos healing him up too. Might as well show off Athos. He has his own battle sprite and his own animations. Like I said, he can wield any magic tome or any staff that you have, so he's your sort of endgame gift to you, which is nice. It is nice, but I don't know. It's a little cheesy. You can perceive it as being a little cheesy, but it's nice in the end. With Guy there, because he's going to await all the stuff that comes out of there. He needs to just move down here for now, and I think everybody's all set for the next turn. Wrath will be battling against Kenneth. Let's do it. That's the other reason why I want Florina to use the Javelin, so she is not in range of Kenneth with Loose, because the Iron Rune is going to save me from a devastating critical hit potentially, but this Bomb of Light is going to just hit me in the face and do a ton of damage. Poor Wrath, just been in the crossfire of every magical thing ever. Alright. Anyway, though, we should be able to finish the job right now. Let us heal him up first. And then we'll have him just take down Kenneth and be done with that upper section. That part can be really tricky because that Sage that has Thimbleverter also has bolting. So if you're not prepared for it, that can start striking you from afar. And like I said, things can snowball very quickly in this chapter if you don't put out these little fires fast. So anyway, I'm going to move Florina up here for a reason that you'll see a little bit later. When this opens up, there'll be some nonsense up there that comes out. Like I said, if you're familiar with this chapter, it's not too bad. It's the fact that if you don't know what's going to happen, it can really catch you off guard and take you by surprise. But with the Brave Bow, Wrath should be able to strike down this. Even if one of these misses, it doesn't matter. Lucy, again, he might get hit. Probably will. Yeah. Yeah. Poor guy. Taking so much damage. But that's why we have all the healing we have. And that's why I just like to give Athos a physics staff, rather. Why? I don't need to have him attack. Like, I really don't need help in this chapter, but I will give him... Oh, we don't want to throw any of those away. Like, we can throw away a silver. I have enough. So let's throw that out. And once we get the S-rank bow to Wrath, we're not going to be using anything else, believe me, so we don't need that. I don't want to throw away any of those legendary weapons or items, though. That's for sure. So let's heal him up, making sure he's back up to speed. Very important to keep your units at full health. It's very critical in this chapter. Absolutely. So So let's make sure. So Guy is going to be here now, tanking these warriors. These warriors, this is Brendan Reed, who we actually didn't get to fight in the main story, which I think is really cool that we get to fight him now. I remember thinking my very first playthrough, I was like, oh, we didn't get to fight. Let's boost Guy's avoid, just so he doesn't get himself killed. If he gets hit by both of these attacks, I think he'll die. But he should be able to dodge, actually, both of them. The hit percentages should be so low. But if one hits, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, let's rescue and drop, of course. Going to do that whole strategy always. Take and drop. There we go. Hector, I think, is good right over here. Yeah, let's bring Eliwood right here. And lastly, Dart can come on up and sit right here. He's going to be taking this job on by himself, which is nice, just like Guy. See, you have Guy and Dart, the two offensive units, totally opposite in style. Dart just hits things in the face and gets hit. Guy can't do quite as much damage, but is swift and able to dodge things. They're on opposite sides, just going to take those doors on by themselves, which is really cool. Here we go. All right, with the killing edge, going up against Brendan Reed. But yeah, I remember for the first time being like, oh, that guy was so cool, and Sonya just killed him. Like, we didn't even get to fight him. It would have been a great battle. Oh, a critical. So actually, it's like wish come true now. You actually do get to fight him going into the end game, which is really neat. He's a warrior. Well, I mean, we kind of knew he was anyway. We saw his battle spray. But, all right. Oh, good dodge. Able to dodge both of those means I don't have to worry about healing up, which is nice. And there we go. Okay, I want to do the same type of thing. Like I said, Nils' buffing makes him so useful. Let's have Guy come in with the Brave Sword. Running at a, can't kill him, obviously base, 1 HP short, but running at a 32 crit percentage, as long as one of his 4 attacks crits, we will be able to kill him. Yeah, the second one did. Okay. I was like, odds are that one of the 4 will. I mean, that's math, that's stats. But anyway, gonna take a big hit in return, but that's okay. With that much damage, he's able to put an end to Brendan. Nice, getting the kill there. Good job, Guy. That's what you're made for. You're made for that specific purpose, which is awesome. You did your job. Okay, I want to move Wrath down here, and let's trade with Lynn because I want to make sure we get that over here, and we actually don't even need this either. So, actually, I'll hold on to that for now because now I want to give Lucius. I want to take. Oh, not from Wrath. I want Lucius. Oh man, all this trading. I want Lucius to take Luce, and I want, of course, Canis to take the Dark Tool. Actually, I have to make sure I can get down there. Let's do this. No, I do want to take that. Take that. There we go. A little inefficient, but that's okay. Let's have. I want Nils to perform here to give Dart a little bit of extra attack power because I want to be able to see what he can do against these two guys. He should be able to tank this whole area by himself. I don't think, even if he gets hit by both attacks, I don't think he'd be able to die. I don't think he will die, even though Darren has the Rex Hasta, the S-ranked lance, which is very good. By the way, we got the this weapon from Brendan, the S-ranked axe, which is super powerful and super awesome. So let's see how I want to make sure I do this. Who has this? Okay. Let's make sure Canis gets a hold of that. But in order to do that, I think I'm going to have to... Oh, man, it's like chains and rescues and stuff. Let's just make sure... You know what? Let's try to make sure that we take out the enemy that we need to, first of all. Alright, let's use Physic to heal Guy up back to full speed. I'm, like, using all these actions to trade around items, and it's like, I might not actually even be able to kill this guy. Canis should be able to do some work, though, with Luna, rather. So let's get him in here. If he gets counterattacked, which he probably will, it shouldn't be a big deal, right? He has 18 speed, 8 con. He's going to get doubled. If he gets doubled, that's a problem. Yes. So he's going to have 14 speed. He has 13 speed. Yeah, he can't get doubled, so he should be able to survive one attack just fine. Let's go in with Luna, and let's get a big hit on this orc. Nice. Who, by the way, will probably attack Guy anyway, because Guy will not be able to counterattack. So that's fine and dandy by me. Let's see. Wrath does have a longbow, so I could put that to use potentially. Actually, I don't think these guys have javelins, so we don't need to rescue anyone or anything like that. So yeah, let's just set up for what's to come in the future. We got Osmond's gonna go right up here. Dart is just gonna sit right there. Let's see. I definitely want these guys up around this area. Yeah, actually, I think we're fine. I think we're fine as is. So we can move up just one more space, and we are good. right, the general is marching his way down. Lord Darren, the traitorous Lord Darren, stares Dart in the face. Should be like stares death in the face because Dart is gonna get a critical hit. Boom! One shot, one kill. So satisfying. And look at that, a good amount of experience. And that's all thanks to the buff, by the way, that he's able to do that and grab that S-ranked lance, which is super amazing for him. And so yeah, like I said, even if he gets hit by both attacks, which he did, he has enough HP to tank it and can just then follow up with that and take him out. Clearing that whole room by himself, no help required, just absolutely fantastic job done by Dart. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh, Kane is able to dodge out of the way. Wow, alright. And that guy is now moved into a susceptible spot that any ranged attacker can just finish him off. So that's nice and easy for me. Got a good level up for Canis, a level 13 druid now, getting some good, much needed skill and some res, which actually is going to come in handy right here because we have Ursula now coming in with S-ranked Animatome in Excalibur. So let's find a way to deal with that. But first, we got to take this guy out. I can do that with, I don't want to use Wrath because Wrath needs to be up here for what's coming up. Of course, make him equip my Fletch because it's just the best weapon ever. We could actually use Eliwood in the Javelin. A little anticlimactic that we're not using Eliwood's like S-ranked weapon, but in the Javelin. Actually, you know what? Let's use Lyn. Lyn has bows, right? Let's make Lyn do something useful. Yeah, put yourself to good use, Lyn, and take out this warrior. Yeah, even dodge out of the way and get a critical hit. Nice. I like the look of that. That bow proficiency, so good. So good. Come on, get him a good level up. Good level up, level 6. Lyn, a great level up, actually, getting all the usual stuff she needs, which is great. A strength point would have been awesome, but I really can't complain about that overall. All right, let's attack with Luna here. Luna makes mincemeat of this boss, if you've noticed. She does have a 3% crit, so there is a little bit of danger that's kind of unavoidable, but Canis with Luna should be able to come in and put an end to this, hopefully. Hopefully that 3% doesn't come back to bite me. I think we're good. Ouch. And if you notice, that has the same animation as the Wind Sword, if you've noticed. So anyway, I want to leave Canis as the only unit in range of that to make sure that nothing else messes with that whole situation over there. I don't really have anything to do with these guys right now. I mean, I could sing to make Lyn move, but I want Nils to be near everybody, so I think I'm just going to leave him there for now. Let's see, we need to heal up Canis, so we can do that with Physic, of course. And then we should be, like, Canis is just going to tank that whole bottom area, which is nice. That's the thing. Specific tasks for each unit. That's the big key in this chapter. Each unit has a very specific job to do. Guy had to clear out that room. Dart cleared out that room. Canis now is going to clear out this room. We had Wrath and Florina tag team that room up top. That's what you really need to have happen in this chapter in order to be successful. Let's give Oswin that Rex Hosta that he needs. Make sure everybody has their full array of weapons equipped. Let's heal up Dart. Nothing should be able to hit him, of course, but just to get him back up to full speed, we can heal him up with Athos, give him a little bit more screen time. Yeah, the developers put all that effort into his battle animation. It's like not even going to be used at all, his battle sprites. So, anyway, that's all we need to do for now. Everybody's all set.